Why is it so important for feminine magic that a woman is connected to the wilderness, to her wild side? Well, first of all, the wild side is the nature. It is the mystery. And magic is mystery. If we take mystery out of magic, magic will just turn into math. So, especially for Western women, it is so important to reconnect to that wild side. And the wild side is not controllable. It is unpredictable. It can be dirty. It is definitely imperfect.
How do you connect to it?
And there are many ways to connect to it. So one of the ways is to be with nature and to imitate nature. To imitate nature through your creativity. To imitate nature through your voice, through dance, through lovemaking. And when I say imitate nature, I don't only mean the elements. Of course, it's beautiful to dance like fire, or to sing like water, or to whistle like wind, but also imitating animals and connecting to our animal spirits. And we can have more than one animal spirit. For example, I at least have 5. I have a bird, you can probably see that, and I have a snake, and I have a dog, and that's why I'm such a good friend. And and I have a couple of secret animal spirits, and they all come out at different points, at different moments. Sometimes I want to ravish, sometimes I want to protect, sometimes I want to fly. A lot of times I want to fly, and sometimes I turn into a cat. And so in each one of those manifestations, when I allow the wildness to come through, I become more than me. I become a part of nature. I start feeling that nature is inside of me. And that also means that there is no judgment, because one can never judge nature. And so this is very important for feminine magic, to be a part of that, to be in touch with the cycles of nature, with birth and death. And the most important, to be okay with that, to transcend that duality. And once we transcend the duality of birth and death, we come to a completely new level of wisdom, new level of acceptance, a new level of liberation, a new level of magic. So that was about wildness.
Amazing. And then how does that, lead right into sexual vibrancy?
Yeah, well, first of all, we are born very sexually vibrant. And sexual energy itself doesn't have a positive or negative connotation. Sexual energy is a life force. It's just the energy that moves things. It's a fiery energy that moves us to create more life. This is the energy that is essential for us to feel pleasure, to feel alive, to feel connected. And so when we're born, we're filled with that energy. But then very early on, somebody tells us, for example, that masturbation is terrible, and maybe not even tell us, maybe somebody punishes us. And then sometimes we go through some other terrible things as we are growing up, and negative experiences start to reoccur, bringing our sexuality down and making us basically lock our pelvis. And so many Western people can't even dance with their pelvis unlocked. So what we do in our work, we unlock the pelvis, we bring the flow of the energy back into the body by helping people to let go of the memories when they decided that I'm going to freeze up and never again I'm going to feel this painful emotion or feel sexual about something or somebody if it's going to be unsafe and might bring me unhappiness. So what's very important is to return to that primal, original, sexual, beautiful force which is not judged. And that force then can be transmuted into creativity, into all sacred arts, into priesthood or being a channel, being a healer, being a singer, being a writer, a poet. The same sexual energy can be transmuted through the heart and expressed into the world. So that is a very, very important aspect of feminine magic.
Beautiful. So needed. I'm like wanting to get up and dance right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Unlock that pelvis.
Yes, exactly. And so the third point of feminine magic is being deeply aligned with that highest prayer of your heart. And that highest prayer, although the real highest prayer is always love for everyone. But at every point in our lives, that love can take a slightly different shape. It can come in with a different quest. Sometimes we feel that our biggest expression of love would be to have a beloved partner. Sometimes we feel that it would be to have a child. Sometimes we feel that it would be to have a prosperous business that is helping yourself and others. Sometimes we feel that the biggest work of love would be to shift something in the world, being an activist. Sometimes to create a piece of art. So it can go on. And so zeroing in to what really lights you up. To what is it that when you wake up, you don't have to force yourself to do it. It's just flowing through you already. And when you go to sleep, you get information from your dreams because you are living in accordance to the real, true, authentic desire, your feminine desire. And so many women, we're so conditioned to think that, wow, everyone has to get married and have children. But that is not necessarily right for everyone. There are people who don't want to have children or don't want to have married, to be married, or don't even want to have a partner at all, or want to have maybe multiple partners. There are women who feel that they just want to dance and sing, and then there are other women who feel that they just want to take care of people who are passing over to the other side. There can be all kinds of ways in which we feel that we could be of service that lights us up in the moment, and those ways actually change as we develop in our lives. And what's important is to be true to ourselves and to admit it, that you know what, I don't want to be that anymore, that doesn't light me up anymore, and to dig deep and deeper, and to see that the rose of the desire will open up and nourish the magic, and it will give the necessary strong emotion for this magic to happen. Because at the end of the day, the magic is the strength of our desire of our heart. That's what we really bring in as sacred women to this planet.